From Asia News Weekly, this is Asia Now. Today, Japan shuts a door on child pornography, but is it enough? Welcome to Asia Now. I'm Steve Miller. Until this past Wednesday, Japan was the only nation in the OECD and G7 that didn't prohibit the possession of child pornography. The new law easily passed the upper house of parliament after passing the lower house last month. The statute bans possession of photographs and videos depicting real children under the age of 18, but does not cover animated features or drawings. Those that are in possession face up to a year in prison or a fine close to $10,000 if they fail to dispose of the offensive material within a year. Quote, "I believe that this kind of terrible material is not protected under freedom of expression," said Masatada Tsuchiya, a member of the Liberal Democratic Party. Chihoko Fujiwara from Lighthouse, a non-profit group that helps exploited children, mentioned, quote, "It's been 10 years and it's finally changed. I'm so pleased that Japan finally moved one step toward the international standard," end quote. The U.S. State Department's 2013 report on human rights practices in Japan labels the country, quote, "an international hub for the production and trafficking of child pornography," end quote. The report also noted a near 10% increase in child pornography investigations between 2012 and 2013. Under Japanese law, the production, sale, distribution, and commercialization of child pornography is illegal under Article 7 of the Act on Punishment of Activities Relating to Child Prostitution and Child Pornography and the Protection of Children. It's punishable by a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and or of 5 million yen, which is about $49,000. But what about manga and animated features? Should they have also been banned? Chihoko Fujiwara told CNN a pedophile once used an animated film to convince a child that sexual relations with adults were normal. However, Japan's National Police Agency has found no link between anime, manga, and child abuse. Ken Akamatsu, a lobbyist for the Japan's Cartoonist Association, said a ban would damage the industry and create a state of fear among artists. Since the characters weren't real, no one was getting hurt. Quote, "Actual children suffering and crying is not acceptable, but manga doesn't involve actual children, so there are no real victims," he said. Daisuke Okada, a lawyer and inspector for the Japan Animation Creators Association, added, quote, "The goal of the law itself is to protect children from crime. Banning such expression in animation under this law would not satisfy the goal of the law," end quote. Hiroshi Chiba manages Chiba Tsutsua Production, a leading manga publishing house, and he said some of what the industry produces disgusted him, but that, quote, "we need to allow the gray zone to exist as a necessary evil." Reaction to the criminalization of real child porn has been well received, with some asking, how was it not banned in the first place? And WTF Japan? However, commentary on the exclusion of manga and animation has drawn a more divisive response. Here are just a few. As long as it's drawn and animated, no one gets used or hurt. I don't see any reason to ban it. For the most part, nothing should be censored. You'd be hard-pressed to create a victim out of a drawing, though. So as much as I don't want to see that sort of material, I find it difficult to find a reason to ban it. If it takes the children out of the equation, it is the biggest step. And finally, please ban all. The breadth of these comments brings up some interesting points that parallel other discussions. In 1971, William Powell published the Anarchist Cookbook. Over the years, many have called for the text to be banned, including the author, saying it provides no positive contribution to society and could be used for criminal activity. That also happens to be the same logic many use when saying the blueprints for plastic 3D printable guns should also be banned. The potential for misuse is what has them concerned. That's exactly what Chihoko Fujiwara fears may happen by leaving the manga and animation provisions in, as mentioned earlier. Child pornography in any form serves no useful purpose and is rightly classified as a crime. I hate the idea of censorship, but struggle to find any rational reason to allow the depiction of children engaging in sexual acts, even if they are imaginary. Think about it. It is perfectly legal for a kindergarten teacher to own these materials. Is that appropriate? Pedophilia is a crime, and allowing these materials to continue to exist serves as an enabling device to those with the problem. Japan stands to make a lot of money on the sales of manga and animations in this particular sector, but at what cost? Is the pursuit of the yen worth the soul of a nation? Please share your thoughts on this issue in the comments on Facebook or Twitter. You can find us at facebook.com/AsiaNewsWeekly or follow at AsiaNewsWeekly on Twitter. Links to the sourced articles will be made available at AsiaNewsWeekly.net. For Asia Now, I'm Steve Miller. Asia Now is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives 4.0 International License.